All right, Rippers, good to see ya. Hope you guys all had a wonderful Christmas. Most of all, spent lots of good time with your family, making memories, right? Enjoying the time that you have with them. I know I'm about ready to go do that after this video. Take old Benny over to spend some time with my sister and her dog Rio. Rio's a little bit, so it's good to let him go and run off some energy and whatnot. So he ought to really enjoy that, especially since he doesn't get to go see his other pack members during the holiday. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to go over and do that. But beforehand, I wanted to make a video and kind of show you some of the things that I got for Christmas and get you an idea of how our family thinks of Christmas for each other. Times are tough right now, and it's perfectly acceptable if you just give a card, a big hug, and an I love you, right? Spending some time with each other, right? Because my brother's in town too. Just went and had dinner or lunch with them, kind of a dinner, I guess you'd call it, with them at a burger joint here in town yesterday, in and amongst my errands, right? And really enjoyed that. So was hoping to spend some more time with his kiddos and her kiddos, but in the days of split families and things like that, well, sometimes things are hard to arrange, but the best thing to remember is don't make it stressful for the kids, right? Right? Just let them enjoy the time, and in the end, they'll know the parent that was really there for them and loved them unconditionally, right? That's really important. Remember that, right? Just let them know that you're always there for them and make things roll easy, because all it does is add stress to them. So, enough with that negative type talk. Just remember what you should be thankful for and what really matters. But I want to show you guys kind of some of the things and how my family kind of knows how I think and things I could use or enjoy and stuff like that. And they don't have to spend a ton of money, right? Or any money at all, right? You guys can set limits, do a white elephant type gift giving or pick names, that kind of stuff, right? And that's what my kids have done. They kind of all go together and they have a limit that they spend and they all pitch in on it, and that's wonderful. Now, on the downside, it's wonderful unless the company they order from keeps back ordering it and it didn't get here in time. So that's kind of a bummer. But hopefully, I think it's Pioneer Engineering or something like that is getting those base plates and magazine wells done so that I can show them to you, right? And get them here delivered to me. But not that it didn't matter anyway. It's a thought that counts. And I want to show you guys what they did is they all went in on and got, and I'll show you, this is clear, as you can see, right? They got me some of the metal base plates for the echelon that I got, that I'll be showing in some videos coming up, right? So stay tuned for those. They got me some metal base plates from this company. They look great. I'm sure they'll work great. And they also got me a mag well that goes around here that makes a bigger target and kind of funnels the magazines in for easy feeding. So stay tuned in the future for that, because that's going to be a cool video, because you guys all know this is a new firearm. It's really making a splash out there, and I want you guys to know some good products that are available out there for it. So that being said, we'll put that away. Now, one thing that's always great, gift cards, right? If you know you have an outdoor or prepping type family member, stuff like that, things like Walmart, Sportsman's Warehouse, coastal stores, even just your local grocery store, right? Or if you have one of those like pay-in packs or something like that, those are a great idea. This came from my sweet son's little lady, Ashara. She got me a gift card for Sportsman's, and I'll be sure to share this in one of the upcoming videos on what I found in Sportsman's that I could use with this gift card, right? That's a great thing to do. And then you can pick what kind of value you want to put on there, right? You could do as much, $10 I think is the smallest one, all the way up to whatever you want to do. And it's not the amount that matters, right? It's the thought that that they like to get things from that store that they need for their preparedness, right? So these are always great ideas. It lets the person think, and it kind of takes the pressure off of you too, right? Because I mean, if you can't, sometimes it's hard to buy for people, especially if they're the kind that you think they have everything they need, or you don't know what they'd want to get exactly, and you don't want to get the wrong thing. So you can never go wrong there. And speaking of that, my other son's sweetheart, Andrew's sweetheart, Stormy, got me a gift card for Dick's Sporting Goods, which now is attached to public lands because Field and Stream did a no-no and pulled all their guns and ammo from their stores. Shame on you guys. So since I had a card from there, well, I'm going to go ahead and use it. And I did, and I found some neat things, right? One, I got an emergency radio. Now this one's going to sit right in our kitchen area or somewhere close where I can get it at it like that. It's a battery operated one. It's not a crank one, but it has the NOAA weather alert on it. It has the LED flashlight on the front, as you can see there. It also has high, low, and SOS strobe. It's got AM, FM radio with a clock, and it's got a headphone jack in it, and it's got an antenna, and it's nice and small. Let's take it out of here. I'll show you guys how small this thing is. Look at that. Nice and small, right? And you have all those functions built into this little thing. Runs on three AA batteries in that thing. Has a little lanyard here you can put on there. And this is a nice little handy radio. You could even put this in your bug out pack if you want, because information is going to be one of your biggest assets in an emergency, right? Whether it be floods, tornadoes, earthquakes, whatever it may be, right? Icy weather, power goes down because somebody hits a pole. You know, there's all kinds of things that can cause emergencies that you need to be prepared for, other than the end of the world, right? Right. So that was a nice gift made by Midland, so it's a decent product. And I got that at Dick's. And I got here, now this is really cool, because how many times have you been out and you're fiddling around with your keys, which is usually when your attention's not where it should be on what's going on around you, because you can't see and it's dark. And if you're like me, I don't see very well as it gets darker outside, without my glasses, of course. Got a little bit of astigmatism. Happens when you get old, but, you know, hey, there's ways to prepare for that too. Wear your glasses. So, because of that, I like to have a light. Now, I know I always have one in my pocket with my everyday carry, but I thought, you know, I saw this and I thought, how cool is that to have that much power on your keychain? And it's made by Phoenix, right? And it's just a little, look at this. That's on my keys right there. See, I got a little, this came from Santa Claus. This is one of those little Swiss Army knives. It's got like scissors. Well, we'll go over that in a minute. But you got this little Phoenix light like there. It's all aircraft grade aluminum on there, right? And when you push on it, it's got, look at that. I'll give you an idea right here. If that's low, that's the next, that's the next, and that's the next. Look how bright that is. That's craziness right there, right? That goes up to 500 lumens. Let's see how it's broke down here. It is 5 lumens at the first setting, 30 lumens at the next one, 150 lumens at the next, and 500 lumens at the next. So at 500 lumens at the most powerful, it's going to run 1 hour and 20 minutes. That's plenty enough time to get your keys in there. Well, I guess that depends on how long you've been in the bar, but that's plenty of time to get your keys in the hole and get into the car. And by the way, if you've been in the bar and it takes that long, well, you probably shouldn't be driving. Call a cab, right? Or get a Uber, I think they call them now, right? And get yourself over there and get yourself home safely for your family, right? And you shouldn't be in there drinking that long. Anyway, at 150 lumens, it'll last 2 hours. At 30 lumens, it'll last 6 hours and 35 minutes. So this would be a great survival little light to hang in a tent or anything like that if you're stuck out and about. Say you get stuck out, then you have to get your bug out bag out and make yourself a little shelter until somebody comes out there and finds you, right? And it goes 30 hours at 5 lumens. So you can read a map, a book, or whatever for over a day, right? That's pretty cool. So, and it came with the little lanyard loop there that you put on there, and I put it on my keychains. So that's pretty cool, right? Also, at there, I got these. Now, these aren't your normal quick clot, right? Because everybody talks about the powdered ones that you pour onto a wound, and those do work, but they do also react with the wound in the sense that all of that tissue, when you get to the hospital, now it may have saved your life, but it has to be debrided and gotten out of there, and made fresh again, and that's really kind of painful. Now, hopefully they give you something for that, so it's not such a rough ride for you, but if they don't, that's what to expect with that kind of product. Now, it's better than the alternative if you're bleeding that bad, right? Put it on a bandage, put it on there, or bandage around it, get your pressure bandage going. But these are the quick clot impregnated gauzes. And they had these at Dick's. You know, Dick's doesn't have, in my opinion, a whole lot, it's called Public Lands now. They've got your usual high, too expensive, camping, hiking, kayaking, everything but hunt. Well, they got hunting stuff, but not really so much anymore since they pulled their guns and ammo. So it's got everything else. If that's the kind of thing you're into, that's a great store for it. I'd rather go to REI if I'm going to pay those prices. But that being said, they had a bunch of these in there, so I picked myself up 5 of these things. This is just 2 of them. And this is going to go with a future video coming up and why I got these that I think you guys are going to enjoy. But the nice thing is, this has got the quick clot impregnated into the gauze. So you can take, after you've packed your wound, you can take that baby and put it on top, get your pressure dressing around that, and get yourself to the hospital, right? Or get help if they can't be moved. So that being said, and I'm not giving any advice, I'm not a doctor, lawyer, I'm barely a YouTuber. So that being said, this is something that is really handy that would be, I don't know, a good thing for an IFAC, right? Or your bug out bag, or your trauma kit, whatever it is that you're making up, this is a great way to go. And they weren't too bad, if I remember right. They're usually, I don't know, what were they? Like $5 a piece or something like that. They'll be right in that range. But these are nice. They're 5x5s. Let's see. No, take that back. It's a 2-foot gauze, so you can stretch it out to something bigger. But when it's in this form, it looks like it's about a 3x3, right? So that's a handy thing. Those are the way to go over the powdered ones if you can get it, if you can find them, and they're not too expensive. So that was a wonderful shopping experience I had with that gift certificate to go in there. Thank you, Stormy. I love you to death. Thank you, Ashara. I love you to death, too. You guys are awesome. I couldn't ask for better ladies for my young gentlemen, I hope you're being, right? So that being said, and from the rest of them, my son Christopher and let's see, Christopher, there's Andrew, there's Charles, and there's Kayla, right? And they all had gotten me in on those magazine wells and magazine extensions, right? So that was what I got from them. I think that was all really great. Now, I'm going to show you a couple other things. One, like I told you, this is always something. Now, I may have gotten some smaller versions of these for some family members that it turns out they just loved them. They've always wanted one for their keychain. This is the next one up. It's got like a pen on it. So you can see got a little pen on there that comes out. They're always good quality. They're always sharper than all Dickens. It's got a blade that's on there. It's got a bottle opener, very important, right? Wire stripper and a little pair of eyeglass type small Phillips screwdriver. And it's got my favorite tool, the scissors on it. Use those all the time, as well as the knife. This is just for a handy cutter to have when you need one. It's got a cuticle pusher right there because, when you're bored in the airport or restaurant waiting line or whatever it may be, waiting at the John, you can push them cuticles back because that's important, I hear. Then you've got yourself the little screwdriver with a ruler. And that's the realistic ruler. So when you catch a fish, no more lying. We all know it ain't any bigger than that there, and that's about 1.5 inches. And if you're lying about something else, well, that's probably 1.5 inches too. So that being said, this is my favorite little tool on there too. It's real sharp on this side. It is a package opener, because that's the one thing that's so irritating about getting stuff is getting it out of the damn package, right? Right, well, that makes it easy. You just hook it in there, it goes just far enough, and it zippers it all the way down, right? Now, if you were cleaning a small squirrel, that would probably work to zipper that too, right? So let's fold those over. Now, let's see what else we got in here. There we go. We got the fingernail file. So when you're done doing your cuticles, well, you can fix up your fingernails right there while you're at it, right? And I've actually used those. It works pretty good. And then the last tool right there is a scraper blade, right? It is sharp as a knife blade, but it's a little bit beefier for scraping. Now, I know what some of you 420 boys like to use that tool for, and, well, I can't say that it doesn't work good for that. And the last thing it has on here is it doesn't have the toothpick because I got the pen, but it does have the tweezers, which are always helpful for getting those little tiny slivers out, right? I kind of like the toothpick too. I wish they would have put that in the other side, but the ones I got the people in my family, well, theirs have the toothpick. I always thought that was kind of cool. So that's a nifty, handy thing. Doesn't break the bank either. You know, these run from as low as $14 for the small ones, maybe $12 on sale, up to maybe this one was probably in the $20, $24 range right here. That Santa Claus happened to get that one in the stocking, right? So there was that. Now, some other things where you could never go wrong from family members is your stockpile of Lindor truffles. Now, as you can see, I probably eat more of these than I need, so I'll probably be giving these away to some of the kiddos, but it never hurts when you want a little sweet treat, or if you're going to cheat on your diet, see, that kind of works too, just eat one and then put it away. That's the key. I have a hard time with that, but that's what I'm working on for the New Year's, right? They know I like them Lindor truffles. That being said, we also got your obligatory Reese's Pieces, because everybody knows from any of my past videos, my kids taped together what? On my birthday, 50-something of those together. It took forever to get them off, which means I didn't eat them too quickly, right? And that is perfect. So, that being said, they got me some smaller ones here in a candy cane. And as you can see, there is, make sure no address on there. Yep, there's the products that are coming from the product company. They wrapped this piece of paper up. I thought that was really cute. So I'm looking forward to getting those so I can share it with you in a future video on the Echelon. Keep an eye out for that. Got a chocolate Santa. Love a chocolate Santa, right? Let's see what else. Oh, yeah, okay, so then there's a couple more here that are, okay, so these are being given away at the gun shop that I deal with, so I just pick these things up. But they're lanyards for your keys if you use lanyards for things, and it's a Glock one, so that's kind of cute. Always take free stuff when you can. It makes great stocking stuffers, I'm telling you. That doesn't cost you a thing. So, and then I got some hand sanitizer, right? That cost you like $1. And there's so many things you can do with this. You can start a fire with it. You can sanitize your hands with it, right? You can put it on a cloth and sanitize other things with it, right? There's a lot of things you can do with that. So it's always a good idea to have a small bottle of that. Just make sure if you're going to put it in your pack, unless it has an interior seal, which these don't, put some black duct tape or black tape around that so it doesn't come loose in your bag and everything gets sanitized, right? Then, I always love these. I throw these in all the stockings, is these gold little chocolate coins, just because it's fun to put something gold and shiny in the stockings, right? So, all inexpensive things that you can get for your family, and you know, you can even re-gift some things that you probably shouldn't be eating, right? But that being said, these were the really cool ones here from my better half. I tell you what, got these earbuds all the time. If you have earbuds, you know the hardest thing to do is clean them, and then if you're not cleaning them good, well, they start to clog up and the sound quality goes down, and then there's no way to take them apart, and they know that's a flaw, so that you'll have to buy a new set. But this is a neat little cleaning kit. Comes in like a tin that your breath mints would come in, right? And then you can open her up, and it's got cleaning solution. It's got little, look at that, little tiny tip cleaners to clean out the screens in there really well. It's got brushes to clean out the inside ear hole thing, you know, take the plastic, and, you know, make sure to take the rubber thing off and do your cleaning in there. But it's got all the gadgets and widgets, and it's got a little brush like this for brushing things out so they don't go inside. And it's even got a sterilizing pad in there, you can see at the bottom. And it's all in this nice little kit. I would love to get this gift every so many years as these things run out, because it's all nice and handy right there like that. And it'll also work with your Ear Pro. If you guys watched the last video that I put out a while back on hearing protection and the Walker stuff that came out, that is an enhancement, hearing enhancement and protection stuff. This is a really great way to keep that clean, right? Because we're always trying to do it with toothpicks and cotton swabs, and they're not really designed for it, right? So it kind of works, but not necessarily as best as it could. So that being said, these work great. Now, so Honey, I love that. Really, honestly, gifts like this, I just love the heck out of them because you wouldn't know where to find that, and when you find something like that that's so useful, you really do appreciate it, right? And then the next one is something that Santa Claus got for everybody in the family. This was I always try to pick one survival or readiness ready item for everybody in the family for Santa Claus to give them. And this year, Walmart, Ozark Trails, they went like hotcakes. You couldn't find them. I mean, they were gone like that. In fact, I still need to pick one more up for somebody that wasn't here for Christmas. So, that being said, it is a hand warmer electronic. Now, if you look in my past videos, you'll see a good review video I did where I compared the Zippo versus the old Coleman kind that you light the charcoal stick or the carbon stick on each end, graphite stick, and it burns inside of it, right? And then the ones you tear out of the plastic packages, and tested them against each other. And if you want to see how that one turned out, go back and watch that video. It's really worth watching because I think you'll be surprised at just how well some of these new electronics are performing, right? So this one, of course, being a cost-effective one, this one was under $10, and it has, not only does it warm up, but it has a light as well. Let me see. And it's rechargeable. It has a cord in here in this little carrying bag that you can plug it into and then plug it into your brick for your phone charger that you use. And when you, let's see, I get this, there we go. So that turns that on. If I hold it down, I think it, oh, okay. So if I hold it down, it goes from 3 temperatures, 104, then you click it again for 122, and then to 140. And I've already got reports because my daughter went up to, oh, and I'll hold it down to turn it off. See, you hold it down to turn it off. It's got lights right there, as you saw, 1 to 4 to show you the charge on it. My daughter is already up snowboarding with this and says it was the most wonderful thing. She used it in the drive up, charged it again, and used it while she was out on the hills. My brother went and climbed Roxanne, which is this plateau lava type mountain we have here. There's one that's big and one that's shaped in a horseshoe. It's a great little hike for your kids if you're ever in Southern Oregon in the Rogue Valley. Go up in there. And it's not a hard hike or anything. Go up there and it's amazing view. It's an amazing monolith that's caused from erosion and lava flows in this valley. It's worth seeing, and it's great to take kids on. He used it because they're from Hawaii and they were freezing to death, so he used it in his jacket, and he said it almost got too hot. And I said, well, you can turn it down, right? My brother, sometimes, but he's actually... I couldn't be more proud of my brother. He is 15 years younger than me, so he was kind of like my brother and my kid at the same time, but mostly my brother. And I'm so proud of him. He has turned out to be an amazing dad, an amazing brother, and is capable of doing amazing things. He can create things with his hands and his mind that are just amazing. He is better than I ever was, and I couldn't ask for more. So anyway, that being said, it also has a light on here. Oh, if you click it twice. There you go. And a flashlight comes on. See? It's not a super bright one, but it's enough to walk you around, so you can all use it to find you on, say it's nighttime and it's starting to get cold and you need to warm your hands, but you got to find the trail on the way back. Then you got your light, turn it off by clicking it twice, and then hold it down to turn the thing off, I guess. Oh, that turns it back on. Now that turns it back off. So, really handy. Heats up on both sides, so you can put it in your pocket and hold it like that. I mean, everybody's raving about it. They think it works great. They said it worked for quite a long time. In fact, didn't stop working. So I don't know. We'll test this in the future to see just exactly how long it goes for on the 3 different settings. So keep an eye out for those videos as well, right? So again, another gift you can get for somebody that's preparedness minded for under $10, right? I think we can all afford that, right? And if not, that's okay. Things like the Quick Clod are even cheaper, and You know, there's always something that you can do to show your appreciation. Because remember, it's the thought that counts, not the item. Now, you know, for mom and stuff like that, of course, mom always got me some comfy, cozy PJs, right? You know, this is short shirts and some. You'll probably see me wearing these in videos because I like my comfy cozies. That's what I call them. So I love those. And now here's the special part. I have family. Most of my family, in fact, my mom's whole side of the family and my brother pretty much live over on the islands in Hawaii. So we always get your what do you call them nuts again? Those are macadamia nuts and chocolate. Love and look forward to these every year. Also get these from my Uncle Tom. These are from my Uncle Tom. You get your beautiful calendar from Hawaii, right? We get two of these. One from the Weather Waxes over there. My aunt and her family over there gets us a calendar, and my Uncle Tom gets us a candy and a calendar. So I get to keep one, and the missus gets to take one to work, right? So that's always a good thing. And then there's my brother, chocolate macadamias. They're like the given gift in Hawaii. From if you have people that live over in Hawaii, you know what I'm talking about. These are the kind of things you get, and you look forward to them because you only get them once a year. Now here's some of the unusual ones, and these are things that are actually things you could put away because if you don't open them, they last forever, right? And that's things like linghi mui or this is crack seed, red linghi mui. It's an acquired taste. But these are in all the ABC stores and stuff over there. It's basically just like a plum seed with different kinds of things that probably aren't good for you, like MSG and salt and all that kind of stuff. But they last forever and they taste good. And it's something to put in your mouth that creates moisture and salivation, as well as gives you a little boost of energy and makes you think that you're eating more. So these kind of things are good to have on hand, in my opinion. So as you can see, I've already opened that one. And of course, I got a Christmas card from them. That's kind of personal stuff, so I'll keep that in there. Got linghi mui powder in case you want to make your own snacks. So I'm gonna maybe do some videos on how to do that, right? That'd be a good thing. Got your red ISO peanuts, right? These are all things that are long-term storage. Already got the sealers and stuff in there. So if you're looking for treats that, you know, well, I'm pretty sure they found some of these treats that are 100 years old or whatnot. Now, don't take my word for that because I'm not a professional in any means. But, you know, the ancients and whatnot, they found them in clay pots and that kind of thing. And they were just still good, right? So that being said, now some of these treats like this, aku tuna chips, right? These are good. They're real thinly sliced tuna jerky. So good, so good. But if you keep it like this, lasts for a good long time, and you can have it in your preps. And then this one I opened because he said I had to try it. This is Aloha beef chips. What? You like beef? Look into that saying. What? You like beef? Right? Look into that. It's a Hawaiian thing, right? Be careful who you say it to because you're liable to get, well, punched by a bull over there because them Hawaiians are pretty big. And this is the teriyaki, and it's what's called extra thin, extra crispy premium beef jerky. They cut this so thin, it literally just melts in your mouth, right? You don't have to chew it at all. You just break off a little piece like that and put it in there between your tongue, and it's just crunchy like a chip, and it doesn't have that big chewy texture. So it's not going to be real filling, but sure is satisfying, right? That's good stuff. So take a look at this. You can probably order it online too. If you did, tell them you're a ripper, right? That I sent you. I don't have any coupon codes or anything like that. I'm not sponsored by them, but who knows? You guys mention it enough, and I might be. So that being said, that's what Christmas was for me. All great, wonderful gifts that didn't cost people a boatload and showed more about that they were thinking about you than breaking the bank. And that's what we need to get back into, I think. We need to stop feeding this corporate giant that makes us think that we have to buy big, expensive, the new, the best, and all that kind of stuff for each other and put ourselves further in debt because that's what they're counting on to keep themselves going. If we break away from that and do more things like inexpensive, useful gifts, as well as making things for people like my daughter does, which I think is just wonderful. She makes her cards she makes her gifts that she does, and she puts some real thought behind them. Like, for instance, my oldest and his wonderful bride are going to be getting married here soon, and she made her a little ring holder and another little thing for her countertop to put her wedding ring on when she takes a bath or shower or whatever. And I know those things just mean the world to people, because sure, you can always buy something like that, or a necklace holder or whatnot like that, but it's so much better when it's made for you by a family member, because it means they took some time. And let me tell you what, it took her some time to sit down and make that, and paint it all up and fire it and everything, because it was like made out of clay or porcelain or something like that. It was pretty impressive. And her cards are always so beautiful and so wonderful. And she even took a picture of Andrew at his graduation with all of us in it and painted the neatest picture of it. And I wish I had it here for you, but he already took it home. But she hand painted it as a duplicate of that picture, and it is incredible. It really is. And those are the kind of things that make me smile, and the time that we spend together and seeing each other is what really makes Christmas what it is, right? I mean, we all know the other things that it means and other things like that, but it's mainly about time with family. So I hope you're still spending some time with your family. I better wrap this up so I can go spend some time with my family. So until next time, stay safe, be secure, always be aware of your surrounding, always carry, and be ready for anything that may come your way. Till next time, adios. Or I should say, since my brother's in town, aloha.